iron shell, became a blacksmith and worked at the trade when he returned to the reservation. All of his life he treasured the medicine bag, underline. When he was so old and I was a man, he gave it to me, for no one made the vision quest any more, underline. Grandpa quit talking and I stared in disbelief as he covered his face with his hands. His shoulders were shaking with quite sobs and I looked away until he began to speak again. Now you can see the condition of the old man, grandpa, how he was feeling, recalling the past and how he got the medicine bag. See how emotional he has become. I kept the bag until my son, your mother's father, underline, was a man and had to leave us to fight in the war across the ocean. I gave him the bag, for I believed it would protect him in battle. But he did not take it with him. He was afraid that he would lose it. He died in a faraway place. Underline, protect him in battle and he would lose it. Reason for taking the bag and reason for not taking the bag. Now see the tragedy of the old man. He lost his son in the battle. Again, grandpa was still and I felt his grief around me. You can underline this also. Martin was able to understand his grandpa's feelings. My son, he went on after clearing his throat, had only a daughter and it is not proper for her to know of these things. He unbuttoned his shirt, pulled out the leather pouch, remember how the leather pouch was made, and lifted it over his head. See the honor that he is giving to the bag. He held it in his hand, turning it over and over as if memorizing how it looked. Underline, memorizing how it looked. In the bag, he said, as he opened it and removed two objects, is the broken shell of the iron kettle, a pebble from the butte, and a piece of the tree of the sacred sage. Please underline all these 3 points. Can come in short questions or reasoning. He held the pouch upside down and dust drifted down. After the bag is yours, you must put a piece of prairie sage. Now prairie sage is a perennial herb with cottony white leaves and small yellowish flowers, and you all know what is prairie within, and never open it again until you pass it on to your son. He replaced the pebble and the piece of iron and tied the bag. I stood up, somehow knowing I should. Grandpa slowly rose from the bed and stood upright in front of me, holding the bag before my face. I closed my eyes and waited for him to slip it over my head. But he spoke. Remember the fears of Martin, that he will have to carry that bag with him all the time and then his friends are going to make fun of him. So now see the change. No, you need not wear it. He placed the soft leather bag in my right hand. See the description of the bag now. Soft leather bag, and closed my other hand over it. It would not be right to wear it in this time and place where no one will understand. Put it safely away until you are again on the reservation. Grandpa, wear it then when you replace the sacred sage. Grandpa turned and sat again on the bed. Wearily he leaned his head against the pillow. Go, he said. I will sleep now. Thank you, Grandpa, I said softly and left with the bag in my hands. That night, Mom and Dad took Grandpa to the hospital. 2 weeks later, I stood alone on the lonely prairie of the reservation and put the sacred sage in my medicine bag. See how the heritage has been passed on from Grandpa to Martin. The same boy who was afraid of taking the medicine bag, wearing it around, now has gone to the reservation and he is following the tradition of his family, that is the grandpa who had brought the bag for him. Now, I hope you have understood the chapter with the videos that I have been making for the last few days. Now, if anyone has doubts,